Hey guys, what's up? We are still not speed running. We are climbing the rating ladder. I'm rated 1109. We have the white pieces, and I'm gonna play a d4 opening. Why not? Namibia. Namibia is in southern Africa, I think. Borders with South Africa, maybe Botswana. Oh, whoa. Wowzers. The old Benoni. So the modern Benoni, I think you'd play knight f6 first. Okay. Well, I'll defend with the pawn. Because I don't, if he takes with a wing pawn, taking my central pawn, I don't really want to give that up. Also, moving the c pawn is a very different prospect, because you're actually blocking the diagonal towards the king. Compared to the other bishop's pawn, you're opening the diagonal towards the king. Very different. Okay, so I think we develop. It's now transposed to the Horwitz defense, whatever this means. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe we'll carry on London style. We might get the bishop out. e3. So we've avoided any Jabava shenanigans. Okay, a third pawn move, huh? Well, I can now play e4, can't I? My opponent's allowing me to play e4. If d5 now, we get into a kind of... Ooh. This is now a Sicilian O'Kelly-Venice system. What does all this stuff mean? I have no idea. Alright, bishop e2, castles. This bishop can come out attacking the queen, but then there's many ways to block. So that would be a pointless move. This bishop, however, does want to enter the game. I also want to get the bishop out of the way so I can castle my king. So the bishop's looking at this pawn. That's the first thing you have to do. What's just changed on the board? Well, bishop looks at pawn. Hello. Hello, ghost. Alright, the pawn's currently undefended. Now I could move the bishop a second time. That'd be a bit silly. I could lift my queen up. I could put my knight here. The problem with knight there is it gets in everyone's way. So let's pick the queen up. Might put her on e3. I'm not worried about this move. There we go. I can even drop back to c2 actually. This is an important question. Which is the most flexible? Here I'm on this diagonal. Here I'm in the bishop's way. This is the move. I might also consider b3. I have this if I want. I have castles. You can't take because king and knight both defend h2. That's castle. Now, pretty good bishops from black here, but he's still somewhat underdeveloped. This move might now be an idea, because if he walks into that, there's a pawn fork there, and the knight would be pinned. So here he can't really do that. He'd have to do this, which is kind of awkward. So there, or f6. I don't like f6, just on principle. I just drop the bishop back, maybe drop to here. Whoa. Whoa. Bishop e3. Still lining up against the queen. Threats of this now, trying to open up the centre a bit. See, black's still not castled, and the reason he's not castled is because he's made 4 pawn moves. I am castled, I'm 1 move away from completing development. potentially on move 10. I've made 3 pawn moves, but they're decent pawn moves. Okay, and the queen goes back. So what was the whole point of that thing in the first place? Now here, knight goes there, walks into the fork. So I'm going to do it just to see what happens. If f6, I'm happy. If knight here, there's an undefended pawn there. Well, the pawn's undefended anyway. He's moved the queen again. That's so tempting to kick this bishop, right? But what's going to happen? It'll probably go to e7 actually and trade itself off. So nothing's gained there. Right. My hunch is I want to get the knight out. Unless there's anything better. What else is there? What I want to be doing is opening up the centre of the board. This could achieve that. Bishop can't take, right? So d5, pawn takes, bishop takes, and black goes hooray, I've won a pawn. Is this too slow? Is he going to... Oh, no, then, because then I can push the bishop away. Black can't castle. So how can I support this better? Pawn takes. This bishop's a little bit awkward. No, let's just... We'll continue. I've got a decent centre here. This d pawn is blocked. There goes the knight. Right, now the problem you see is this bishop can't go to any of these squares, right? And if black castles, the bishop is the only defender of the knight. The knight is under attack. e5 forces the bishop away, potentially winning the knight. That's the point. Okay, so I'm going to play just the general improving move, centralise my rooks. If he castles, he walks into a tactic. Now he might decide to trade off some knights or something first, but... So you can't actually castle. Well spotted. Okay. I've got this anyway, but then again, bishop e7, what are we going to do? Allow the trade, probably. Okay, now does this work? Pawn takes. I'm going for this, because I like the fact I've now got my rook on the e-file, and I just want to prevent castling. Right, that move I don't entirely approve of. Bishop here, actually. That's a nice square for him. Come back there, I could trade it off, so... Now I know I'm blocking the e-file a bit here. This pawn is still defended twice. Still got a good centre. I think a key difference in this game could be literally the quality of the pawn moves. Okay, so black has castled. I think it's time to improve this knight, and it's got nowhere to go. I mean, okay, it's got a job there, but no one's attacking that pawn. So I think I've got time to swing the knight around, might even centralise my rook, might put my queen on d2, might think about sacrificing the bishop for 2 pawns on g and h, followed up by the knight. Ooh, ooh. Now, what's your idea? Are you after this bishop? Well, you're welcome to that bishop, actually. So I'm going to play this knight move anyway. That's an odd move. This is also tempo gaining. Here, bishop falls back, you lose the knight. Here, Knight has to trade. If I take and bishop takes, it just enlivens his view. I think my knight really wants to stay on that square. That's a nice place for the knight. Can I do that now? Pawn takes, no, yeah, kind of. Let's consider e5. e5 bishop drops back, but then that undefends the pawn. Now e5 bishop drops back, I win the knight. So I think he has to trade here first. He's played very well. Well, he hasn't built a great position, but it's not making it easy. Now this is a good knight, and that is a bad bishop. That said, we've just had some activity in the centre, kind of opening up the centre a bit, so it ain't the end of the world. I could put a bishop on there. That really blocks this pawn and makes life hard for that bishop, right? A bishop on there is not a bad thing either. Well, this is confusing me. He's 2 pawns up. Now I get that. Still attacking the knight. I take the knight. You take the knight. I win a pawn. I can't take there because rook takes and the knight's defended. But I like this. You take, drop my bishop back to d4. We've still got a blockade on these pawns. This bishop's demoted. There we go. And now there. Okay. I'd love to keep that bishop, but that's the only real square. I've got 2. This attacks the rook as well. I'd like to play this move. Here, place rook here. I'm a bishop up for a pawn, so trades are not too bad. It's a little bit dodgy, this, just like sticking the bishop into my opponent's space. But I think after this we're okay. If he trades rooks, happy days, I've got the open file. If he doesn't, my bishop's still got the freedom of the city around here, hasn't he? You know? Can always weasel its way through somewhere. This pawn hanging. Gut feeling is trade skis, but yeah, let's trade some stuff off. Sod it. Got to be a bit careful about the back rank, because if I undefended that square, he's in check, so he's got to take with the queen or the rook, and it's going to be the rook. Takes with the queen is not attacking the bishop anymore. I think I want to wheedle my bishop through there. I'm just thinking about attacking ideas now. Why are you thinking so hard about this move? This is a 0 brain cell move, mate. There we go. Okay, I'm going to drop my bishop back here. Maybe with the idea of putting it there. It might mess up my pawns a little bit, but I do have these 2 bishops. We've got a pretty open board. This is not a... Oh, hello. Okay, I take... Knight takes is attacking my queen. Do I play rook d1? You take, I take the queen. I don't get checkmated because I've got knight f1. I could take the knight here attacking the queen. I like that actually. upping the old danger levels. And then if queen takes here or bishop takes here, I've got bishop takes and sanity is restored. Is it not? Okay. Yes, his bishop's out. His bishop's got out, but... And we've got opposite coloured bishops as well. Okay. Need to concentrate now. Queen there would be good. This is quite good, but it blunders mate. So do we kick the queen away? Do we do this? That assaults the queen. She can't come there. I mean, all I have to do now is simplify, right? I'm doing what my opponent doesn't want me to do, which is to get up in his face, try and simplify the position, prevent his checkmate ideas, all of that. He says. So I'm not going to be around for a few days, guys. I'm off to a festival called Carry On Camping in Leicestershire, and where I'll be selling some burgers. Okay, this bishop defends here. Rook there is tempting, but then this. So I think, well, I'd like to do that. There, check. Just push the pawn, eh? I think we do. If takes got takes, this hangs up a piece. King f1 also makes some sense. f3 restricts the bishop. I'm sure I didn't play this super accurately. If the rook moves out, I could take out the bishop, leaving me with the only bishop on the board, which has to be great for an ending. Having said that, if I can't trade the bishops because they can't even see each other. They literally don't know each other exists. Don't think he's got anything here. Isn't that pawn safe? I'm also threatening this as well still. Takes, takes, takes. Is that your idea? I could just push it, couldn't I? Just push it and say, sorry bishop. My bishop's good. His bishop ain't. He can try and pushing this, but then that falls to a check as well. My knight can get away. Might think about king f1. Okay, well, as discussed. The king can't go there because it... Oh no. Right, save the knight. All right. That's quite interesting. Actually trapping in the rook. King across. He's got this, and it's no low. Okay. Let's do king across. I'm going to force the rook to one of these squares. Need to get my rook in the game as well, though, of course. So let's play this. I take him bishop takes. Yeah, my rook is a little bit constrained. If I push, we're just very closed on the queen side there. And then play will then go back to probably the centre. If I take pawn takes, it's great because I've got this. I think it's going to be bishop takes. But then his bishop is now tied to the defence of this pawn. I'm also threatening this right now, but something's going to recapture and defend that pawn. Yes, I might do a video in the morning. Tomorrow morning, it's Wednesday. But then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'll be away. Okay, it is bishop takes. All right. So now my bishop defends this. My pawn's covering that. I want to get my rook out. So I'm thinking this. Bishop is just not good. My knight's going to come into the game. And we have an increment, so it's all good. So I've got one extra pawn on this side of the board, but the key thing is I've got an extra knight. Okay. This attacks the rook. It's kind of sending the knight the wrong way, really. Checking options. This is also a check. Just got to be careful about. Oh, hello. This is a check. Feels like there's no quick way to finish this off. Might just need to trade the pawns off. Don't like his bishop. I do like my knight, so he can't go there, there, there. All right. Knight's defended. I don't know about this. If he pushes. H4. If he pushes, I take this pawn. If he takes, I take this pawn. If he defends, we just trade pawns. That's what we have to do. I've got pawn majority on the king's side, so this knight also defends that and that. So everything's all tied together. The knight itself is not defended right now. I like H4, I think. Now that we've separated the king a little bit from these pawns. A few squares the king can't go. And I've got somebody turning up to pick up some birds in a few minutes as well, so we need to finish the job off. Okay, I think we can still do this. You push, I take with check, and then G3 actually defends the knight and the pawn. So pushing is out of the question. Okay, all right. What do I do? Do I give check? I didn't even think about him pushing this one. Check here as well. Goes there though. Let me just take here. Don't need to take again. Look at this really bad bishop. Alright. I can now check with the rook. There's no back rank issues whatsoever. The whole feel of the game has now moved. Alright. We check with the knight. So I want to keep the king tied up and basically just maybe walk the f-pawn up. Maybe that's the way to do it. Just be a bit careful. And I've got 3 attacking pieces. Black has none, really. This rook's doing nothing. Sat there. My bishop's tied everything together. Okay. Let's walk up. I can always block a check with my knight. Simple things. Let's keep it simple. Really, really simple. Or I can just even go there actually with tempo and hit the rook back. Oh, in fact, if the rook goes there, I might just take it with my bishop. Good bishop there. Alright, rook here. Well, I can face it off now. That's what I'm going to do. This still doesn't work. So he has to go really somewhere back along here. There he goes. Okay, now what? Now let's attack it again. You can't go here. My pawns and bishop are all perfectly safe there. I've got nothing to worry about there. It's still going to come down to pushing Freddie up the board unless he walks into a silly fork, which I don't think is likely. So he's all defended as well on this side. So all this stuff is just solid. So nothing's going on there. It's all about these other pieces. And the fact that I have an extra knight and a passed pawn. Okay. Let's block the file. Bishop defends that knight. Oh, hello. Bishop's woken up. Check here. He has to go there, right? Otherwise I take the bishop. He has to go here. Okay. Just drop this pawn. I think so. I can go back here. It's nice. Okay, that's a check. King has to defend the bishop. I'm chucking a check. That is not a fork because the bishop's defended, and I can move out of it with check with a knight. Wait. I'll take a fork in a minute, I promise. Okay, I know. Just got to wait for the fella to come and pick up those birds, and then that's no more birds for us. At least until next year. We might get some more chickens in, I don't know. Come on, mate. It's like pulling teeth, this. fair play to him. He's digging in. But right, you're in check. What are you going to do? These are all squares you can't go. Okay. Now I can throw in another check, maybe. Knight was on prise anyway, so. And it's really just, yeah, push the f-pawn up, keep my king on the dark squares to avoid the bishop. And he's got to be careful about where he puts these. When there's a knight around, you try and keep on opposite coloured squares. For example, if I got my knight here, that's fork. You've got to know this is a long L, okay. Alright, and now I think I can just push up. We've got these squares covered. So this check would mean the king either has to go here or back onto the 8th. Alright, up comes the king. That walks into a check. No. Let's throw in another check then. The rook's safe right now from my knight and my bishop. Here. Bishop can't check me. And I'm preventing rook g3 check. Now, if I move my knight, I've got maybe rook h8. That forces the rooks off the board, and that makes life a lot easier. Awful lot easier. Wow, missed that one. Missed that one. Okay, we're going to end up in an opposite coloured bishop's ending. I have this check. Unless he takes with a rook. Oh, man. Missed that. I did not say, why did my opponent play that move? Well, I don't think he was thinking about that. But I walked into it. Crazy. Okay, but I'm still going to be up 2 pawns, even if I lose the knight. Okay, so now here, I'm going to simplify. He has to trade off. And he's got 1 pawn, which is the A pawn. Now, my B pawn, 100% can eradicate that pawn. So my job is to shepherd my F pawn up the board. Hopefully try and make him give up his bishop for that pawn, at which point these safe pawns here can go on and promote. Make sense? Okay, makes no difference. Okay, my pawn is now going up the board. These are untouchable. Okay, up comes the king. My job is to get to here if I can, otherwise... yeah, I still have a bishop I can use if he steps on this square. Now he can't go there. Huh. That's annoying. Okay. But what's he got now? So he's preventing my pawn from going there. Suddenly he's switched it on in the ending. Okay. Might have to push these pawns up. That one's also protected, so get the king round somehow. here. That hits the bishop. King can't take the pawn. I think probably c4 is the move I'm going to be wanting to play. Here, then c4. Okay, c4 comes. He can't touch this pawn. There, I've got this. b5. See, my bishop still actually controls the promotion square anyway. b5, I can just threaten to push the pawn all the way by. If he takes, I take. Should be good. But opposite coloured bishop ending, I think now this, and try and use the c pawn. Opposite coloured bishop's ending is very often drawn with good play. Benefit is I have these two connected pawns and my king's close to them. His king is also now tied to this. Okay, so what do? We push on. If he gives up this bishop for a pawn, my job is done. Because the king's going to be glued to this pawn and then one of these guys is going to get through. Okay. So he wants to go here, right? And then I just come across. You can't take there. This pawn's a dead man. Okay, that's a good resource. He's blocked my pawn and my king can't get round unless it comes around this way. Then I promote, yeah, that's it. My king can squeeze round. Go here, my bishop can defend. Wow! King goes there, I've got that. And then I'm just threatening this. Wow. Really interesting ending, actually. Push. King has to step away and then you lose your bishop. The king can't defend the bishop and this square. Its arms aren't long enough. That doesn't work. Okay. This will distract the king. Then I can promote and get his bishop. Hang on. Yeah, I'll just promote. Bishop takes queen. I take this and then this pawn wins. There we go. That was good. Enjoyed that one. All right, so yeah, I'm not going to analyse because I have got somebody meant to be turning up right now. But yeah, lots of fun and really, it's nice to get down to an ending, isn't it? And to convert. So there we go. I'm on 11:16 now. That's all good. We'll leave it there, and I'll see you in about a week. Thanks for watching. See you later.